new wife, new babe.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So listen, today, in today's case, I gotta start coming in here with a briefcase, some glasses, you know what I mean, a suit on. I'm lying. I'm home, bro. I'm just as comfortable as I want to be. I ain't got no shoes on. Yeah, I might not even have no shorts on, bro. I might just be in my underwear. You know what I'm saying? Chilling in my boxers. But check this out, right? The next video we're going to get into, man, shout outs to that chapter. This is the bizarre case of Kimberly Kessler. All right. It says now, the unsolved case of Kimberly Kessler began with the disappearance of Jolene Cummings in Yulee, Nassau County, Florida. And y'all in Florida, y'all Floridians are crazy, bro. Y'all are crazy. You hear me? Crazy. Where was I? It says, when the woman who's last with her, Jennifer Seibert, became a suspect, it was set off one of the strangest unsolved mysteries in recent times. Let's check it out.
We also have recovered your shoes that has Jolene's blood on your shoes. So I just want you to, if something happened that you didn't intend to happen, I want to talk to you about it. I don't think you're an evil person. I don't think you're a mean person. I think you have done one hell of a job getting through the last 25 years.
So let me reply this way, and you may not like the answer. I would like legal counsel.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this old video, we're gonna take a look at the bizarre case of Kimberly Kessler. Really, this story begins with a completely different woman, however. Jolene Cummings, who went missing in May 2018. But don't worry, we'll get into that. The bizarreness of this story centers around a woman with the most mysterious past possible on purpose, if that makes sense. Alright, that's enough dilly-dallying. Let's get into it. In the small town of Yulee, Florida, 34-year-old mother of three Jolene Cummings went missing. Jolene Cummings was last seen Saturday, May 12th, 2018, when she was leaving her shift at Tangle's hair salon. She was supposed to meet with her ex-husband the next day, which would have been Mother's Day and her birthday, to pick up her children, but she never showed. She was officially reported missing the following Monday, the 14th of May, by her mother, Anne.
I'm going to step outside the shot, and you can see right behind me, as the search continues for Jolene Cummings' body, a makeshift memorial continues to grow right outside the Tangle's Hair Salon shop. You can see many people have come to stop by and lay plants, flowers, balloons, and handwritten letters to Jolene. Now, we've also been hearing from those who knew Jolene best, her best friends from high school. They say they described her as just being an all-around great person. They say she was an inspiration, she was vibrant, and she loved being a mother.
The county police department, they searched the nearby woods, they put out as much information as they could, trying to see if anybody knew where she was or what happened to her. The last person she was known to be with was her co-worker in Tangles, Jennifer Seibert. In a huge coinky-dink, Jennifer Seibert missed her next shift at the hair salon. Or rather, she didn't just miss it. You see, when the detectives who were investigating whatever happened to Jolene, they went to Tangles to speak to the owner and, do detective work. While they were there, the owner was on the phone to Jennifer while she was in to start her shift in Tangles. The owner was chatting away with her, and he was like, "Oh, hey, detectives are here. They want to speak to you. You were the last person, to see her, or one of the last people to see her. She was working with you the day she disappeared. Maybe you can, let them know what you know." While the owner was telling her this, that the detectives, they wanted to speak with her, Jennifer was pulling into the Tangles parking lot. She then pulled the hell back out and booked it.
Nah, that don't look obvious at all. That don't point to you and make people look suspicious at all. If you was definitely trying to get away with this, this is a bad start.
On Monday, May 14th, we received a report of a missing person, Jolene Rebecca Cummings, age 34, from her mother, Ann Johnson. Jolene worked at Tangle's Hair Salon. She worked all day Saturday, May the 12th, and was supposed to get off work around 5 p.m. No one has seen or heard from her since. The last person who had supposedly seen Jolene was another hairstylist who also worked on Saturday, May the 12th. This hairstylist had only worked at Tangle's around a month or so. The salon.
Y'all heard that? I'm watching this stuff, but my dog just went off, bro. Got me on point. Let's get you a dog, man. Yo, he be on point. He don't play around. Let me back this up a little bit. That kind of threw me off.
This hairstylist had only worked at Tangle's around a month or so. The salon was closed on Sunday and Monday. The salon was supposed to open back up on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., so NCSO investigators were there to talk to this person to see if she had any information as to the whereabouts of Jolene. She failed to show up for work, and the address that she gave the owner of the shop where she was supposed to be living was a bogus address.
Jolene's vehicle was then found parked in the local Home Depot on the 16th of May. But no sign of Jolene. There were no fingerprints or blood found inside the car either. Then the police reviewed the security footage that showed where the car was parked. Maybe they could see who left it there. And they did. It was someone else, not Jolene, who left the car there at 1 a.m. and walked off. This person was dressed in all black, covert-like.
We found some camera footage that showed Jolene's vehicle being parked around 1:17 a.m. Sunday morning. The video showed the driver sit there for a few minutes and then get out. We were hoping to see Jolene get out of that vehicle. But who do you think it was? The Tangle's hairstylist, who was supposedly the last person to see Jolene.
During an investigation of the salon, a large amount of blood was found, including on the walls, chairs, cabinets, and sink drain. Blood was also found on a bleach bottle and mop at the salon.
So are they fighting? And she tried to clean it up. Removed it. So all of this might have took, and his accent gets me every time. The salon. Yeah, y'all been hearing him say it. So this all might have took place at the salon. So now I'm like, for what? Over what? What could possibly be that crazy in a salon for you to kill somebody? What could you argue over? Unless you was either sleeping with somebody's. This might be involved with something like that.
They discovered this, of course, using luminol. It wasn't readily visible. Jennifer was later found 3 counties away, hiding at a truck stop, living in her car, and was brought in for questioning. They ended up arresting her. Based upon the surveillance video, they deemed it was her that drove and parked Jolene's car outside the Home Depot, and she was arrested for grand theft auto. And they transported her back to Nassau County, where the case had taken place. When Jennifer was arrested, she had injuries on her face, scratches. But she said it was from a motorcycle accident. Not like somebody had clawed at her face or anything, or that the area where she and Jolene were last working together was covered in blood. Nothing to do with that. It was a motorcycle accident, of course. 2 days later, the police held a press conference saying that they believed that Jolene wasn't alive anymore, wherever she was.
Through our investigation, we have obtained evidence, which we are not releasing at this time, which leads us to believe Jolene is not alive.
So at this point, we have a missing mother of 3. The last person who was working with her went on the run after the police started investigating her disappearance, and the place those 2 people were working on the day Jolene vanished was covered in blood. I wonder what happened. So, pretty straightforward, right? Wrong. This is where things get wacky. Jennifer Seibert? Never heard of her.
She's not who she says she is. A chilling premonition from a Nassau County mother, Jolene Cummings, who went missing last May.
The woman Cummings was talking about is Kimberly Kessler, also known by her fake name, Jennifer Seibert.
Kessler has been charged with Cummings' murder and has pleaded not guilty.
Her real name is Kimberly Kessler, born in 1968 and from Butler, Pennsylvania. She had also been using a fake social security number. And the police solved a mystery when they found out who Jennifer really was. They solved a missing persons case. Kimberly Kessler was reported missing in 2012 by her mother. However, according to the report made, Kimberly was last seen on July 4th, 2004 in Butler, Pennsylvania. Her mom waited 8 years to report her missing. You know how it is, gotta go to the shops, you gotta cook the dinner, take out the trash. Busy woman, I'm sure she got to it eventually. That's the important thing. So, Kimberly Kessler, aka Jennifer Seibert, aka 24 other names. She also lived in 33 cities across 14 states. Ants in her pants, this one.
Oh, this chick is off the... Oh, God. Pamela Cleaver, Pam Cleaver, Krista Brooks, Marie Stone, Jennifer Allen, Jennifer Sebring, Jen Lee Seibert Allen, Marie Seibert, Crystal Lemon. Oh, bro. Oh, this chick is out of her mind. 25 other aliases? Oh, man.
So just so we're on the same page, Kimberly Kessler was reported missing in Pennsylvania 8 years after she did go missing. She lived in Florida under the name Jennifer Seibert. She had lived all across America in that period from 2004 when she presumably did actually go missing and had 24 other names that she lived under. What was she running from? What was she trying to hide from?
There's a reason that they are trying to hide who they actually are. What exactly did they do? Were they involved in other crimes? So this person has either been involved in other crimes, where they've stolen actual papers of someone else, they have corrupted someone within a system somewhere, or they have been able to talk their way around having to provide the necessary documentation to obtain these different aliases. You have the ID fraud with that number of aliases means that somebody has been doing this for a while. And the questions that come to mind for me, where have they been? What have they been doing? When?
How sure are they that they have the right name now? Like, this chick, oh my gosh, she brings new meanings to the words role play. She takes that seriously.
Were they there? And really trying to link all of these aliases together.
Huh, that's kind of weird. Kind of suspicious. A fugitive involved with a missing person. How many other missing people is she involved with? She was a chameleon.
What name do you want me to call you? Because I was talking to the detective that drove you up, and he said I might have been calling you by the wrong.
It's funny that St. John's didn't tell you. When you run my fingerprints through, they come up as Kimberly Lee Kessler. That's about it. So I would prefer to be called Kim.
Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm calling you by your right name.
But if you run them through, the last time I got picked up was back in 1999, and I bonded out, and it took them, I don't remember, it was a couple of weeks, I don't know if it was 2.5 weeks or 3.5 weeks before they actually, matched them up. Yeah, it didn't but that was 1999, so maybe it was a little bit slower then.
Bro, let's talk about her calmness. Is that not scary to y'all? She's not nervous, voice not cracking. She sounds better than the person interviewing her. She sounds more calm and confident than the people interviewing her. Hand movements, motions, she ain't got no heart, bro. She got ice water in her veins.
But I don't know, there's lots of people on the face of the planet, so maybe it still takes time. I'm not sure.
And then maybe too that since you've had this alias for so long, you know, you've probably done a lot of stuff since that time, and so you've actually kind of got you've got a history under that name, so it probably shows up in different databases and stuff like that. And that's just a guess, and maybe that's why it's happening like that. There's video of you dropping her car off at the Home Depot parking lot there in Yulee, and walking across and going into the gate station and getting a taxi cab. That's why you're charged with a grand theft auto. And I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to fool you. You're opening up to me, and I'm opening up to you. Okay, that's the reason you're charged with that. You're not charged with anything else. Okay, but something happened to Jolene. And, you know, we actually sent our crimes team unit out to process tangles. And there was some evidence there, okay? We have also, and I don't want you to think I've been fooling you out, you know, I just want to talk to you and get to know you a little bit, because I think something.
You know, she's sitting there like, get to the point. And he's just like easing calmly. I know this is a tactic. I don't really like his style of doing this, the way he's trying to play this good cop. This style and his method, it just makes me cringe the way his voice sound doing it. And she just has the demeanor of can you just get to it? Be direct. That's what she has. That's what her body language says to me. Be direct.
Well, something that you didn't plan happened. Let me tell you what we did, okay? So I just want to be honest with you, because I think something bad happened that you didn't intend to happen. But
when Kimberly was locked up, she made a number of calls to her mother. She also is not a fan of the Illuminati. I'm sure they'll be disappointed.
Florida and Texas, are those the only two states with death penalty?
I don't know. I haven't done the research on it. You might want to YouTube that. Get back to me on it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to know and then tell you bad news, but I thought someone said they weren't doing that anymore.
It's not just y'all. If y'all can make out what they're saying, then y'all let me know. But I can barely understand what they're saying on this call.
They shouldn't do it anymore because the dumbasses get everything wrong. The prosecutors are just a giant weenie. And I'm not even going to say, well, maybe there's some that are good. No, because they're all weenies. You put on a suit and you turn into a weenie.
Too trusting or something, I don't know. Like I just thought that their BS was over. But Tom Thompson told me today that, like, I was the front page of the newspaper. I'm all over the news. He said today they had a bunch of people call in the public defender's office. News line or Dateline called, and just like a bunch of entities or whatever, like news channels, and like we're really calling or whatever today. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, you were all over the newspaper, you're all over the news. I'm like, really? I thought things, I know you were saying it quieted down up there, and I was just assuming it quieted down here, but I guess I'm still like the talk of the town or something.
Oh, somebody told Bobby that you were in the newspaper, and he didn't say. I just assumed it was maybe an old newspaper. He said the Sunday paper, and I wondered why would that be starting up again? There's absolutely nothing going on in the world?
I say it's because it's the Illuminati. I think that her people definitely are fucking seriously involved in it, so that's just what is happening. So I got the Illuminati on the ass. So that's what I'm thinking. Because again, I can't prove it. It's just my opinion and a little bit of.
I want to say I'm surprised, but a person with 25 other aliases, it's wonders that her reasoning for things that are going on right now is the Illuminati. That's what you want to tag this whole thing to, of what's going on. The Illuminati, her people are into the Illuminati. Okay, all right. Learning a lot more about your sister, or whatever you want to be called.
I've seen on YouTube about some of the research I was doing on these secret societies is like nobody gets even 5 minutes worth or 5 seconds worth of airtime unless they have some sort of connection. So.
During the subsequent investigation into what happened to Jolene, the blood that was found in the salon, it matched both Jolene and Kimberly, so there was definitely a fight, a struggle. DNA analysis then found Jolene Cummings' blood on a boot, sock, pair of scissors, and storage locker that belonged to Kimberly Kessler.
Former FBI agent Tony Kravitz says this evidence is key for investigators to build a timeline.
Every piece of that will be an important piece of putting the story together, but they will need a mountain of physical evidence because they don't have a body.
New documents show Cummings' blood was found on Kessler's sock and boot in her storage unit. Detectives also located Cummings' fingernail inside a blue bin. More of Cummings' blood was found on a pair of scissors inside Kessler's car, according to investigators. Surveillance video from behind Dick's wings shows Kessler struggling to throw out 2 white trash bags, indicating that the bags were heavy. Kravitz says this new evidence shows there was likely an altercation between Cummings and Kessler.
To me, that's a huge indicator of a very violent event.
Once the case goes to trial, Kravitz feels the timeline investigators will have created will be shocking.
Analyzing Kimberly's phone, they found searches like co-worker guilty of murder, missing person, body not found, Murderpedia, list of female serial killers, Florida female murderers, no body, no crime, post-mortem changes. Thought that was my search history for a second. And also in Kimberly's storage locker, they found, I don't know, wigs, 6 to be exact, and also a number of cell phones. Kimberly would later say she would wear wigs as disguises and change how she walked and talked to hide her identity. So, interesting woman. And we don't know what happened to Jolene. Her body has never been found, and Kimberly has admitted to jack shit. But a Nassau County grand jury indicted Kimberly before her arrest for first-degree murder based on the evidence investigators were able to find in the case. Part of that evidence included a Walmart receipt documenting the purchases of 30-gallon trash bags, an electric knife when a regular knife won't do the job, and a large bottle of ammonia. Dead giveaway. When will criminals learn? Never keep the receipts, ever. However, during Kimberly's trial, just this year, mind you, in 2019, the judge determined that Kimberly Kessler was incompetent to stand trial after having doctors examine her. A couple of weeks ago, I covered the Nico Jenkins case, and he was found competent. And he's batshit, so I don't know how she's dodging it.
Donenville, she said she felt the judge had no choice but to find her incompetent after evaluations by 2 different doctors. She wasn't angry, more sad, as she explained that she understands sometimes justice takes time. Ann Johnson was feet away from her daughter's accused killer in court today. This is new video of Kimberly Kessler.
Apparently, a psychiatrist who interviewed Kimberly Kessler wrote he believes she is suffering from delusion and personality disorders. And he only spoke to her for 30 minutes before she ended the session. And
I mean, on one hand, you got 25 different aliases. But I just want to say, I don't believe it, though. That's a cop-out. I feel sorry for the mom, the children that she was the girl was due to go pick up from her ex-husband. Like, and she's no, she is not about to get off, bro. You got blood on her boots. You found her blood in the salon. You got receipts of her buying the trash bags, ammonia, knives. You got her throwing out heavy stuff afterwards. You got her getting out of the vehicle. Getting out of the vehicle. That's an incompetent person? I don't think so.
he wasn't the first doctor to examine her. He was the second one. Supposedly, she became somewhat irate and critical of the first psychiatrist who found her not competent. Did she want to be found competent? During the session, she ignored the psychiatrist and continued talking with her attorneys. The subjects she wanted to talk about? Just the usual. George Washington, Masons, secret keys, and religious scriptures. And most recently, she was moved to a psychiatric hospital. She's not due to have her next hearing until January. This is truly a bizarre case, and the fact that she was found not competent, I mean, she already admitted she was like a chameleon who could, she had, you know, over 24 other names. She traveled America taking on new identities. So how truly competent is she? Maybe it's a ploy to get out of whatever happened to Jolene, which she has said nothing about. So we don't know what happened to the missing mother of three. Hopefully we will, but this is a bizarre case.
I'm not buying that, bro. I think that's the end of the video.
Suspect really incompetent? Or is the suspect just very intelligent? She will be found competent. I arrest you. She'll be found competent. You gotta believe in the judicial system. You know, she may be intelligent. You got a higher power. We got people that are fighting to working very diligently for this case.
And finally, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to see...
Prayers to her, first and foremost, man. You could tell it took a lot of strength for her to even hold that interview. She couldn't even maintain eye contact with the camera or the reporter. Tough for her. And I agree with her. She needs to be found competent, bro. She was able to elude police officers and authorities for how many years? She was able to have different wigs to switch identities, different aliases. She could recall back to 99, was it, when she was in a interrogation room? 99 is when the last time her prints was run. That don't sound like an incompetent person to me who has that precise of a recollection. I don't see it. I don't see it. You cannot pull the wool over somebody by claiming that she's incompetent. I don't care if she had 200 different aliases, bro. Justice needs to be served for that girl, man. That is completely wrong. Everything in those videos and evidence shows that she was competent enough to do what she did to her. I'm not buying it. And you shouldn't either. I'm not buying it. I bet if Grady Judge was on the case, exactly, he'd have that open shut. Get up out of here. I don't care what you say. I need to send it to Grady Judge and get his people on it. Y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know what you thought about this video. I'm gone. Peace.